This video brought to you by our frequent flyer subscribers. If you would like to support the channel, please consider joining our frequent flyer program at twitch.tv/NovaWing24.
Hello everybody, welcome to an impromptu stream that has been scheduled of course by Global Events. Hello Drifphysic, hello, we missed you at the flight there last night. It's great to see you today my friend. We are here because of weather phenomenon. As I said, I alluded to it on the stream last night that we might have an impromptu one today. I've done all my adulting, so I've decided that, you know what, we should go and do that. By the way, I wanted to do a quick shout out to all the dads out there who might be joining the stream. If you are, go off and go stop watching the stream, go spend time with your family. That's the first thing I'm going to say. But otherwise, happy Father's Day to everybody out there, all the dads out there. Whether your kids have 2 legs, 4 legs, or more, happy Father's Day to you all. Okay. Today, we are going to go Typhoon hunting, because we didn't go hunting in Hurricane Patricia, so we're going to go Typhoon hunting today instead. And to do so, I think we're going to start here at Kadena on Okinawa, and then we will head east and see what we can find, but see how it's modeled, so it should be interesting, guys. I'm really curious to see. So we've got 42 knots at Kadena already. Holy crap. Okay. That's already going to be interesting. That is terrifying. For those who are wanting to join, you are more than welcome to. !flight in the chat if you do want to join. I should probably actually set my controls up before we get going on this one today. So let's have a look. Where are we? One of these things is not like... this is the one I need to change. So I'm going to change that to Twin Jet. There we go. Now let's have a look at all these. So AP Master set there. Spoilers. Throttles there. And that one. Now, you know what? I should probably actually... You know what? I should assign that one to something actually. So let's... While we're here, let's do that. So let's go spoiler. Spoiler axis. Here we go. Okay, you know what? Let's go clear and let's go make that joystick slider X. There we go. X is not recommended for that. That is interesting. Okay. Interesting. Okay, there we go. Oh, okay, so you got to do that. So okay, that should be fine. All right, let's give that a try. We should probably give that a try. All right, so let's save that one there. Okay, looking good. Apply, save. Now, I need to check something. What happens if I do that? Okay, so that is not working, because I need to try to figure out my... is that working for me today? There we go. Okay, so my screenshots are working again. That's the most important. That's something I need to check from last stream. Alright. Let me quickly just check edit something over on our Discord. Okay. Cool. Okay. Alright, let's go there. Alright, so looking good. Okay. So let's jump in here. So this is going to be absolutely fascinating. This really will be. I'm not sure how this is going to go, so this should be very, very interesting. I think this is probably going to go sideways, but that's part of the fun of doing this in flight simulation, is the challenges that we can get from doing this kind of cool stuff. So looking forward to seeing what happens here. Excuse me. So I hope everybody else is having a wonderful day. I'm really curious to see how this is going to go, particularly because we still have, we don't have any sort of like, the crash detection off or anything like that. So we're still running with the same physics models that we normally run in, which potentially, if we start pushing this citation through the eye wall of this Typhoon, it could be very detrimental to our health. So it'll be very interesting to see how it goes. Let me see if we can figure out. So this is Typhoon Haitian, I believe this one is. Is the name of this Typhoon. Oh wow, look at that weather. It already looks absolutely awful. This could be really interesting. Alright. Alright, getting everything loaded in. Okay, good. Alright, so let's start Captain Fingerpaint, thank you very much for the host. Great to see your support there for the channel. Thank you very much. Alright, let's, as we do a bit of a Leroy Jenkins moment here today, as we're going to head in towards the heart of the Typhoon and see what happens. Okay. Alright, let's hide our yoke first off there. So parking brake is set. Power levers are set to idle. Okay. Generators switches set to on. Okay, just actually turn that battery off because battery switches. No, generator switches got to turn those on first. So let's go. Gen switches are set to on. That's fine. Good. Okay. Alright, battery switch set to on. Avionics master switch set to dispatch.
Oral warning, okay.
Alright, now let's see if I can remember how to start up this aircraft, because this should be rather interesting. Okay, so correct throttles slightly.
System test, okay.
Alright, right engine starter. So if I remember correctly, we should have our starters down here. So we go, and then we use the stop run button there. Okay, so right engine set to start. And we watch our N2 rising. Remove the guard. Wait till it's 20%. And run. Here it's spooling. Watch the N1 climbing. ITT spooling up as well. Numbers looking good. Close the guard. Alright, we can now start, while that's finishing its start, we can spool up our left engine. Watching the N1 rising. Sorry, N2 rising. 12%. 20%, engine guard cover, engine set to run.
Ground Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra requesting pushback. Ground Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray
There we go, we are powered up. That's fine, I will taxi myself. Sticky Rice, hello, welcome to the stream. Alright, avionics buses 1 and 2 are on. Starters disengaged. All lights are set to on. Okay. everything. So, folks, welcome. By the way, welcome to the stream. So currently, Yogi, hello. Yeah, it is a bit of a random stream. This one at the moment because this is not a normal stream for me. Normally, I don't stream on Sundays. But we have a bit of a special event happening at the moment because there is we have Typhoon Haitian currently off the coast of Japan. So we're going to take this opportunity to go see how it's modelled in the sim. So I've sort of figured it would be a great opportunity to do that. So we're going to use a Cessna Citation today. For folks, if you are wanting to join, you are more than welcome to. Please use *flight in the chat for all the details. We are about to. I'm just finished my engine start procedure for at Kadena in Okinawa. 20% GSC. It's kind of like that sometimes, isn't it? Alright, let's check that everything else is good here. Speed brakes are set to 0. Yep, that's good. Okay, 1 knot flaps for takeoff. Now, let's see if we can use the, to disable our parking brake off. Oh, you just went there as well. Yeah, it is. Oh, it's a little crazy. That is interesting to hear. Okay. Now I'm just checking winds on the radar here. 02. Now, what was the runway that had? So 05. So what we're going to do is let's quickly turn on my, because I'm still not familiar with this airfield. So I'm going to turn on my taxi markers to assist me with that one. There we go. Gamer Vash, hello. What are you doing here, Vash? Go spend time with your family, sir. You need to spend time with your family. Happy Father's Day to you, and go spend time with your young ones. The up and down, yeah, 4,000 feet per minute. That's actually really good to hear because I've done some hurricane hunting with the WP3D Orion in FSX over the years. So I'm actually I'll be really interested to see how this one handles it. Okay. Now, where are... Because I feel that we're going to need the cockpit lighting before long. So we'll taxi down here to 05. Just to make sure you guys get it's a bit bumpy. Okay. Now let's have a look. Where is... Okay, that's all the speakers. I'm making sure I've got everything else FADEX all in op. Okay, I'm definitely going to be putting anti-ice on for this one. I think that's a guaranteed for this one. We use the initial separators while we're on takeoff here. Pitot heats are definitely going to need to be on. Looks like we have somebody on final there. So okay, well that's good. Okay, well great to have you on board. Welcome aboard. As I said, I look forward to seeing everybody who wants to join. Let's we'll probably use. I think looking at looking at those winds, we'll use the whole of the runway. So I'm going to taxi down to the end of 05. I'll do a back taxi along here. Alright, now have a look here. Have we got our panel lights? So don't have any instrumentation light, that's a bit annoying. Just have our overhead floods, it looks like. So I'm on 5 right, is where I'm departing from. Alrighty, let's get this all lined up. Okay, so we'll get our cells lined up. Now, I do just realize that I did not set this. Let me, I'm going to put a full fuel load on today, because I think we are going to need it. Alright, let me just go through, quick check a few things about it before everybody else joins in. As I said, for anybody who's wanting to join in, you are more than welcome to. You're welcome to just use !flight in the chat for all the details that you will need. Alright, everything control, everything's looking good there. Everything's set, aileron trim. Okay. I think we're looking good. Vash is loading in. Excellent. Braytech, hello. Welcome to the stream. As I said, a bit of a random additional stream for everybody here tonight. Or today. Flight sim is hours of pushing buttons. Yeah, that's pretty much how it works there, Braytech. It's pretty much how it works. Alright, so what I'm thinking we're going to do is that I'm just going to quickly have a look at some interesting little set of navs I've got here. So we're probably going to head sort of fairly, so we're going to head sort of north, probably at around about 045 and climb up to around about 30,000 feet is my intention at the moment. And then we'll see how we go from there. So I think it could be rather interesting. Everybody there? Definitely very dark and foreboding here at Kadena at the moment. Okay, so I'm going to take this opportunity to set everything up here at the moment. So let's set this one up. So I'm going to set this for 30. I'll set it for 30,000. Cool, and we'll set the heading for 040. We'll do that as our heading. And we'll control the speed from there as we go along. Okay. Only seeing a couple of beacons out there in the distance. I don't actually know if the Jazdiff actually have any hurricane chase at the moment. I just realised I didn't change my call sign when I loaded in here. That's very annoying. That's going to bug me all flight now, that is. Okay. We'll give another minute or two while everybody loads in. Hopefully it won't be too long. Or potentially I might be have spawned inside somebody. So Is there any way I can change my call sign while still in sim? I'm guessing probably not, is there? No, there's not. That's really annoying. Because that would have been cool if I could have done that. But oh well, we'll just have to accept that today. Alright guys, we'll see one. Somebody's sitting there at the whole short there. So I think we are going to take this moment to depart. Well, it looks like they let them take the runway. Wow, I'm just looking at that cloud formation above us. Oh, wow. That's a whole lot of... that's a whole lot of nope. Flight sim pilots, yes. I'm just looking at that and going, that's a whole lot of... Yeah, if I was flying today in IRL, yeah, that'd be a whole lot of nope. Alright. This is definitely going to be an entertaining flight today. It is definitely going to be an entertaining flight today. And somebody's going to be trying it with a 787. Good luck to whomever's driving with 787. Alright. Folks, we are going to roll. So I'm going to brakes off and throttle up. And let's go chase a Typhoon. Airspeed's alive. V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Flaps up.
Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra, you are leaving my airspace frequency change approved. Tower Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra frequency change.
Oh.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra is type Cessna C25C 2 miles northeast of Okinawa, 1,500 feet.
Damn, even already the turbulence on through here is just insane.
Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra approach. Squawk 2766. Squawk 2766 Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra. Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra radar contact 4 miles northeast of Okinawa, 2,800 feet. Cleared through the Bravo airspace. Cleared through the Bravo airspace, Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra. Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra contact approach on 126.5.
This thing is doing an insane climb rate being boosted by the weather here. This is nuts.
Approach Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra 5,100 feet. Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra approach continue as planned. Altimeter 29.19.
Okay. Inertial separators turned off now because we're... Yeah, I think we're high enough to avoid any breeze damage. You are not wrong. See, Braytech, you are learning the ways of the flight simmer. You are learning the ways of the flight simmer. Holy crap! This thing's got a runaway 5,000, like almost 5,000 feet per minute descent rate there. That was nuts, that updraft there.
Frequency change approved Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra. Naha AFB Center Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra is type Cessna C25C 11 miles northeast of Okinawa, 7,700 feet.
Okay.
Request clearance to transition Bravo airspace.
So we're going to change it to... Okay, so we're going to do... okay, so I'm going to put our AP on. I'm going to wind back the throttle a little bit. So let's go with AP on. Vertical speed. Okay, so set a 1500 feet per minute vertical speed. We're going to use our heading hold on 060.
Squawk 7000. Frequency change approved. Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
Okay, thank you,
Approach Cessna
co-pilot.
Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf
Shush.
Sierra is type Cessna C25C 17 miles
All right.
northeast of Okinawa. Request flight following. Cessna Alpha Sierra
Just
X-ray
look
Golf
at those clouds out there.
Squawk 6614.
Yeah, the only thing we really kind of need is a... what would be nice is that on the pop-out VFR map, if there was to be a weather overlay, that would be kind of cool. But...
X-ray Golf Sierra, did you hear my last transmission?
oh,
Squawk 6614 Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
yeah, let's see if I can remember how to set the squawk code on this. There we go, yep.
Golf Sierra radar contact 19 miles southeast of Romeo Oscar Romeo Echo 10,400 feet. Altimeter 29.15.
Squawk.
Copy Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
Alright. This already is going to look ugly. Look at that.
Center on 132.3.
Alright, let's roll up.
132.3.
And that'll be enough for the radio comms for tonight, I think. Okay. I'm also just looking at the way the clouds are being dappled by the sun as well on that one. That is crazy. Alright, so I'm sort of taking a stab in the dark in terms of the directions here, so I may be completely wrong, but already just... oh, oof. I figured if we get up to around about 30,000 feet, it'll give us a good perspective to be able to go hunting for the eye. Because I am curious to see if we can survive getting through the eye wall, if we can find it. The aircraft is getting lost in that cloud. Whew. Anskis, by the way, hello, welcome to the stream, Anskis. I just saw you there as well. It is incredibly eerie. It really is. As we're seeing this so far tonight. I'm just going to pop open I have a little, there's a really cool website that I found, which actually gives you a global view of all like the wind currents, or the wind patterns all over the world. So I've been using that as a bit of a reference guide, and the eye is supposed to be very, very close actually to Okinawa. So just having a look here on the VFR map, it should be not too far away actually. So I think if we head in pretty much this direction, we should pretty much hit the eye very, very shortly. These names of players, some to the feet. I should probably turn the. Maybe I'm debating whether or not I turn the gamer tags on or not, but because I've left them off actually last couple of streams, as everybody has noted. I'm thinking I'm going to push the throttles forward a little bit, and I'm going to increase our vertical ascent because we've got the power to be able to do it. So let's do the 2,000 feet per minute ascent. Because we've got the power available to us in this aircraft. Holy Jesus! at that! And immediately it's gone again. Like, so, oh. I must admit, it's a lot less turbulent than I was expecting. I was expecting a bit more turbulence at the moment. But mind you, we are on the fairly outer edge at the moment. So we're not too high yet. So, yeah, we're only just passed through 15,000 feet. So a lot of the winds they'll really sort of pick up either below us or above us. So it'll be interesting as we get a bit higher and a bit closer to the eye. Aviator 96, hello, thank you for the raid, welcome, raiders. I hope you are all doing fantastically well. I suggest everybody buckle up. We are out Typhoon hunting today in the Citation CJ4, because I'm curious to see how this system is modeling and what? That is... Holy crap! And oh, that is getting stuff through here of just putting stuff through like that and like seeing those flashes, like, and actually getting that way that Cloud actually does that. Like, having flown through Cloud several times myself, you get these sort of instantaneous flashes of just clarity. And then you'll be masked again in the weather. It's really actually kind of terrifying. Aviator, thank you very much for the host as well. Are these headphones active? They are not active noise cancelling. They definitely cancel out sound better than I was expecting them to. They do have full THX 7.1 support, but they are technically not ANC, no. I do have another set of headphones that are ANCs, but I don't use those for streaming, because the microphone on them is absolutely terrible. Oh, cats are like... Oh, sorry, I just reread it. Ba-dum. Yes. Thank you. That wins the Dad Joke Award of Father's Day today. Congratulations, Firebird 911. Well done. You win the Australian Father's Day Dad Joke Award today. Well done. Okay, let's see where we're at. And speaking of, hello. Are you coming to join us? Speaking of cats, my first officer has arrived to supervise and to show everybody his butt. He is fascinated by watching the wind swirling on my other monitor at the moment. Okay, so let's check our altitude at the moment. So we are hurtling through the climb rate here because we have got a lot of power in these Garrett turbofans. Garrett's or Honeywells? I think they're Garrett's. So pushing through 23,000. On our way up to 30,000. I'm tempted to actually push us a bit higher. I'm going to push this up to 36,000. I'm going to check the meta for this system at the moment. Firebird 911, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the crew. Great to have you on board. Alright. It is so eerie being in like that much cloud as well. Okay, so let's also make extra sure that de-icing systems are all active at the moment. Okay, I feel like we may still put our engine anti-ices on there at some point. Alright, we are looking good here along here. It was good. As I said, I do want to try and punch above this cloud, but at the moment I think we are... I'm going to swing slightly north, because I'm just comparing the track at the moment. So it looks like the track of the Typhoon is... So it is not going to make landfall. It is literally, the eye is just touching the top of the Marianas chain here with Okinawa. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to swing slightly... I'm going to change my heading. So for those who are joining the flight here, currently we're tracking 060. I'm going to track us to 040. And we're going to push up to 36,000 feet. They are. There's so many things about this sim are stunning. They're absolutely correctly. And I said I'm really curious to see how this works. Now, let's have a look. There should be. That weather radar is looking rather terrifying, isn't it? Are we... It's funny how it's actually rendering it as a... Oh, wait, hang on. We didn't just punch... We can't... No, we won't have punched through the eye yet, because the eye is definitely further ahead of us. So that's actually carving a... As you would in real life, a... actual sort of break in... So when you're inside a storm cell, because there's nothing to reflect back, well, there is so much to reflect, it actually reflects back nothing. The radar there. Okay, sorry, I've stopped patting my first officer. I do apologise, Austin. Mhm. Alright. This is absolutely insane. And it's just watching the layers of... You can see the... I can actually see the different layers of the cloud building up in front of us. Absolutely fascinating and terrifying all at the same time. So, tracking a bit further along. As I said, the eye, she's just to the north of the island chain here. This is going to be really, really cool. Freelancer. Now, that is a sim game I have not heard of for so many years. That was awesome, that title. I do miss Freelancer. Okay. Alright, now it looks like we are cresting above the top of here, I think. I can see the layers starting to thin out. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm also trying to fly through a Typhoon. I'm trying to fly through a Typhoon, and you're wanting head scratches. Okay. It's my first officer when I'm derelicting my duty to give him head scratches. He reaches over and he pats me and says like, "No, you need to come back and pat me, Captain." Alright, let's see how we're going. Okay, so now we can already see that we are starting to... So yeah, we're definitely getting the high altitude. We can watch our airspeed. I was still maintaining this extreme ascent rate here, but it just has no idea how to render it. This is crazy stuff. Alright, let's have a look at... Okay, so the actual tilt angle is not functional. The zoom might be. Let's have a look. Holy... Well, that's a mess. So it looks like we are not far from the eye, and that is tracking what I'm looking at and from the NOAA satellite data. I'm going to push those throttles forward a little bit more. 36,000. I'm actually going to push the 36. Let's see if we can push it to 38. See if we can. So, so close to the top of this cloud thing. It's got there. No way. Because we should have. Going through very shortly. Corsairs is a nice. Yeah, I got a new iPad. Excellent. Oh, he says like he's having a great Father's Day. Excuse you. All right, let's have. And it's just amazing. It's sort of just popping out the top of this system at the moment. And just the legacy of the ice sort of the de-icing boots couldn't quite finish off. Alrighty, so let's see what we're going. Okay, so let's. So the eyes should be around about another 20. I think about another 20 or 30 nautical miles from ahead of us. Just gonna have a look at. Okay, so should be. That's fine. So it looks like we are struggling now. Sort of, yeah, we're really starting to get the winds coming through here. I'm watching the VSIs at the moment, so push us that little bit higher. Now let's see if we can. Super crazy with that. Okay. Major Footballers, hello! Welcome to the show. We are currently Typhoon hunting. And looks like we are about to come across the eye. As I said, it is matching the NOAA data that I'm looking at on another screen here. Alright, now I'm going to change heading tack slightly, so we're going to move back to 050. Excuse me. And we're just watching, also watching VNE actually sort of dropping there, because we're getting close to what's known as Coffin Corner. Well, it's not really Coffin Corner. We have to go a lot higher for that, but Coffin Corner is where your maximum possible airspeed meets your minimum controllable airspeed, well, basically your stall speed. It's called Coffin Corner, and basically if you take an aircraft too high for too long, you will get to that point where your stall speed exceeds your the speed that you can possibly, the maximum speed you can possibly get. So it's where the U-2 spy aircraft, where they operate at Coffin Corner. So your controls can become very, very sloppy and very, very challenging. So, you know what, I'm going to push our altitude up. Let's see if we can push it to 40,000. Let's do vertical speed. Oh. And speaking of Coffin Corner. So I'm going to throttle back because my VREF for this aircraft is around. I think I'm really pushing the edge of the physics of this aircraft at the moment, getting up here. Normal service ceiling of a citation is around about 36,000 feet. So taking us up to 40,000 feet is really stretching the old friendship on this aircraft. But it looks like that's where the clouds are capping out are at about 40,000 feet. Just look at that, just as we're just punching above the clouds here, ever so slightly. So I'm going to push those engines forward again. So sticking around about 70% and 1. All right. That is, I'm actually, I didn't expect the wall of the clouds of this Typhoon to actually extend this high. I expected them to cap out at around about 30,000 feet. I'm actually surprised they actually go, maybe surprised is the wrong word, but it's definitely interesting that they go all the way up to 40,000 feet. No, airliners generally, if they're generally not close to stall speed up that high, but their maximum indicated airspeed, because the indicated airspeed and ground speed are two very, very different things. But it's probably more when you get above, when you get to sort of around the 60,000 feet sort of altitude, sort of 50, 60,000 feet, where, your VNE comes down to, 150 knots, 100, 150 knots, and then and your stall speeds are around that area there as well, so you have to be careful around those ones. Airliner flights, they've still got a few thousand feet that they are very, very safe on. Alright, so I was hoping that we could have a bit of a longer view sort of being up here to be able to see the eye. But I'm thinking that may not be possible because, as I said, we're barely sort of, we're stretching the friendship as it is, being up here. But of course we have a drone that we can, that's attached to our aircraft that we can send upwards. I wonder how far we can take the drone. It's hard to actually tell where, when it's actually getting to perspective of the edge of because the drone does have a limit. It does have a range limit. This is absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. I think we've hit the range limit of the drone, I think. Thick clouds as far as the eye can see. So let's have a look. So we've got surprisingly. So this is interesting. So I've got surprisingly calm winds here at the moment. Though my aircraft is struggling to maintain altitude. I'm noticing it is struggling to maintain the 40,000 feet. That 40,000 feet, actually, yeah, we are actually, yeah, it's definitely, this is definitely stretched the friendship, being this high. But that's probably why it is a bit calmer up here, because we are above most of the winds. So it'll be interesting now, because looking at this, we should be close to the eye, and then if I'm matching this data against what I'm seeing on here, we should be approaching the eye slightly to the right. So I'm going to track, I'm going to turn 060, I'm actually going to go to 070. Alright, and I'm going to change, I'm going to drop our altitude down a little bit because we are stretching the friendship here at 40,000 feet. Actually, no, we'll leave 40,000 feet at the moment. For anybody who's wanting to join, by the way, you are more than welcome to join as we do some Typhoon hunting today, if you're just joining, as I said, to the Raiders. Type in !flight in chat. We'll give you the server information, and you're welcome to find my gamer tag and use me as your start point as your, to launch yourself. That is fine. No worries at all, Gamevash. That is perfectly fine. We're tracking just to the northern tip of the islands here. so we've got fairly. So definitely, yeah, we're above a lot of the winds, so we don't have a lot of the. So I'm just checking the. Let's have a look here. Check the. Okay, so the eye's moved a little bit further north here, so actually I'm going to change heading. So we are going to change to... This is amazing that we can actually have all this technology where we can actually look at all this stuff. This is so exciting. So we're going to go turn north. Track a little bit further, actually. We're going to track to 340. It's just amazing watching those sort of, that's this sort of like the clouds coming through here. It's just absolutely nuts. Now, so looking at the winds here, it looks like we should be having, let's have a look. So that's 29, 42, 129 east. Okay. Okay, so we are above most of it at the moment because yeah, the speeds have definitely okay, so wind speeds are matching that. So if we start descending here, we should start seeing the winds pick up significantly. That's if they've modeled this one. So let's see. Okay, because that's pretty much exactly. So we are pretty much at the eye at the moment. I'm going to go quickly jump outside and get another amazing. Alright. Now, it's time for us to descend into the eye, and let's see how we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to throttle back. I'm going to disengage my autopilot. I'm going to throttle back to flight idle. And I'm going to trim nose down. Not too much, because we've got to be watch that overspeed. Okay, put my spoilers out to help us control the overspeed. Oh wow, that descent rate. Look at that descent rate. We're going at 4,000 feet per minute descent rate, so we're just being pulled into this. Bounced around, turned straight around into a 4,000 feet per minute climb. Turbulence is definitely taking over. Oh, it's telling me you're offline. Okay, let me try something then quickly, guys. If anybody's having trouble with that, this has happened to me a couple of times before, so let me change over servers. Western Europe. And then let me change back to Southeast Asia. Okay. Hopefully that should have me reload. so everybody can see me, hopefully. Alright. Wow, it just instantly just 6,500 feet per minute descent rate and accelerating. Holy Jesus. Yeah, I think we found the eye. I'm just watching that altitude ticket just unwinding at a great rate of knots. Okay. Okay, so a bit more control at the moment. So it's really interesting. It's like even with only a couple of degrees nose down, like it's still pushing down a over 2,000 feet per minute descent rate and climbing. I definitely feel that the wind speeds is not being modeled correctly, because we should be coming through these altitudes. We should be experiencing a lot faster winds by now. We should be experiencing higher velocity winds coming through than this. Like the updraft downdraft seems to be getting modeled correctly, but the wind speeds seem to be off at the moment. Okay, so I'm going to turn, see if we can try and keep this centered. Though, to be fair, if we are this close to the eye, then it actually may explain why the winds are a bit calmer. If we punch through the eye wall, things should be a little bit different. I did notice the eye got a lot smaller just then. Okay. Highest wind speeds were at 85 knots. Yeah, which is interesting because I saw it before. I saw a report of, I think it was 90 knots from there's an airfield on the edge of this, far edge of this island chain. And I saw it reporting 90 something knots. But then that was about it. So let's turn, because the eye should be just to the southeast at the moment. Wind speeds in the eye look about 9 knots, which then would kind of track with what we're experiencing then. But it's interesting because I'm just watching the radar, my weather radar in front of me, changing here. So I'm curious, if we go, let's turn 180 and head back towards the island edge there. Oh wow, look at that radar change there. So we're seeing a lot more denser, coming through at the moment. now that we're getting down to the lower altitudes. So it definitely seems to be, the weather radar seems to be coming through with the shadowing. Did I just see lightning coming through on the edge there? Okay. There's absolutely, I've got absolutely zero visual reference out the window at the moment. Absolutely zero. So this is purely flying on instruments again here. Yeah, we're definitely getting the oscillations of the aircraft, so we're definitely getting some form of turbulence coming through. Wind speed still seems to be fairly calm. It's not just that you can't see anything. It's just the clouds have become very disorientating because you don't have any visual reference. And this is something that I've even experienced. This is that you're trained to trust your instruments, but your inner ear, and the fact that you're desperately trying to find a visual reference point means that you don't always listen to your training. You really have to work to overcome your natural instinct. Just to, I don't feel like I'm flying straight, or I don't feel like I feel like I'm descending or something like that. So you will act what your inner ear is telling you to do, or your mind is telling you to do, rather than actually looking at your instruments and going, no, instruments say I'm doing this course, this heading, this angle of attack. I need to stick with that. So that's one of the reasons. That's the main reason why we avoid clouds in normally, is because of that. Okay. So it's interesting actually that the eye is different, and this actually is matching the weather here. So, and okay, no, it's still 3 knots. Okay. It's really interesting though, because I'm seeing the weather change, but the wind seems to be off. But I'm looking at the weather, so the weather radar is definitely changing based on the cloud density. And that's matching sort of what I'm seeing here, but it's just the wind speed seems to not be matching at the moment. So this is rather interesting. Spatial disorientation, yeah, exactly right. It can happen very much so on night flights as well. Okay, so we're going to go down. So we're going to go turn back eastwards again. Yeah, that's been a sad. That one, Braytech, is something that sadly has been the result of quite a few investigations, which is why it's drummed into every pilot when you do your IFR that you always trust your instruments. Never trust your feelings. Always trust your instruments. Definitely a murky mess out there, that's for sure. Okay, so I'm going to do another circuit. I'm going to keep doing this this sort of left circle here. Give the weather radar, give me a bit more of a vision about what's happening. I'm wondering if that radar is actually reflecting off the inner center of the center of the Typhoon. I wonder if that's where we are. Because Typhoons don't really have the true like clear eye wall that Hurricane sent to. Looks a lot narrower this one. Mm. Like right now, like there is like zero sensation, and zero visual reference for what angle of attack that I have at the moment, or even where I am, where I'm ascending and descending. Everything has to be done off instruments. Always trust your instruments. Vash, did my switching servers and coming back in, did that help show me back online again, or back on the map again? Oh, wow. All I can tell you is that I'm by a very large cloud formation that looks very intimidating. That's about all I can tell you. I'm sorry, Vash. Alright. Do I dare try and do a pause so I can get a screenshot? Nope. Okay. Alright. That was... Alright. Wow, I just heard the engine overspeed briefly. Because I just got a 4,000 feet per minute descent just thrown into one. So I heard the engine overspeed from that. I'm wondering. So okay. So I'm getting more and more convinced that we are getting good weather modeling, but something's off with the winds in the sim. It's also interesting watching the AOA indexer freak out a little bit at the moment with this one. Alright. I'm gonna... In the precipitation... Oop. Ah, damn it. So it's late afternoon for me here, so my poor track IR is freaking out at the moment. Okay. I'm gonna have to do this without track IR. This is gonna be real interesting. This is gonna be real interesting because I've got to. Holy Jesus! I got engine overspeed. Okay, I'm gonna. This is probably gonna end badly, but I'm gonna quickly try and pause so I can. Holy, look at that! That's epic! Alright, I have to get that pause off before I fall out of the sky again. Aladdin, hello! This is an impromptu stream. This stream was unplanned. So this is I finished adulting, so I decided I wanted to go typhoon hunting. So we are off the coast of Okinawa, and we are hunting a typhoon today. Because this, as I said, I don't normally stream on Sundays, but a bit of an impromptu one tonight or this afternoon. Hello, Kruger. Okay, all right. That weather radar is definitely challenging. Yeah, so it's interesting. I just think that the wind speed data is not being fed correctly into the sim at the moment. But otherwise, because we're definitely getting the wind shear, and we're getting the other information based out of, as if it was a that sort of aligns up with everything else. But it's just interesting that we just don't have the wind speed data. Seems to be the stuff, the one that's not working for us at the moment. That's going to really annoy me with the fact that I don't have my track IR working at the moment because of that. Pushed up 4,000 feet per minute ascent there from an updraft. So we are definitely ridging through some pretty nasty weather at the moment. 250 knots. I'm having to struggle to try and bring the nose down here. So I think we're skirting the edge of the center of the storm. Hearing that, every now and again, hearing that engine sort of cycling and sort of almost overspeeding. It's fascinating watching the precipitation on the windshield as well. Okay. So, taxi lights on as well. Now I saw a couple of fellow aviators out there as well, it looked like. Now I'm just going to refresh my global maps at the moment. So look at that, it is heading north. So the eye is heading north very, very quickly at the moment. Which is sort of track of where we are at the moment. We're sort of circling the edge of that, which actually would probably be. Oh, okay. Oh, that's actually cool. So because I increased my bank angle too much, it actually doesn't see. Okay, so that right there is really interesting, because that means that the way the weather radar is modeled is actually, it does so although we can't change the tilt of the weather radar at the moment in this aircraft, it does actually model the cone of the weather radar. Because if I increase my angle of bank too much, it'll start showing a different result, because it can't see anything anymore, because it's not going to get the Doppler effect until I roll again to give it that reflection capability. That's really interesting that is there at the moment. That is really, really interesting. I was not expecting that to be that well modeled. I genuinely didn't think it was that well modeled. So that shows a lot, that there's a lot going with the radar under the hood. They've actually put a lot of effort into coding that radar. So although we might not be able to change the tilt on that weather radar at the moment, the fact is the radar system is actually, they've actually sort of got that working properly, which is really interesting. Cool, there you go. Got the t-shirt. Well, welcome to the stream, and good morning to you. I hope you got yourself a coffee. Tilsley, hello. Finding the new, yes, I am loving this new flight simulator, the new flight simulator from Microsoft. Absolutely loving it. We are off here challenging and seeing what the weather is like here at the moment. Currently off the coast of Japan, investigating the Typhoon passing through the straits at the moment. Trying to land at Naha. Okay, that could be interesting. Tilsley, not quite 100% sure what you're asking through that question, the base version or that one. I'm not sure. Yeah, okay, you're referring to the A320, right? Okay. No, I'm not. The Cessna Citation is normally about as large as I go. Though, if you are a regular watcher, there is the opportunity for you to you can use your channel point, your frequent flyer miles, to be able to request a airport for us to visit and an aircraft to visit. And you can use your ones to request an A320 at some point in the future if you so desire. All right, I'm curious now about. Because I'm just watching that. See, this is the thing is I'm watching it at airspeed and the precipitation on the windshield there, and that is definitely faster than what 3 knots would be giving me. Okay, the sun is sufficiently set now, so I should be able to have my track IR back again now. This has been a fascinating experience, this has. Okay, so what we might do... How are we going endurance-wise? There's our fuel. Where are we here? Let's have a look here. We should have... performance. Okay. No. Okay. Never remember where my fuel indicators are. Oh, actually, I think they might be on the top here somewhere. Let's go upper menu. Systems. Oh, watching that. Oh, 4,000 feet per minute descent. Suddenly, that one there. That was a little bit challenging. That was a little bit fun. Let's have a look at low menu. Nope. One of these ones is not like the other. Can never remember where on these Proline systems where to find the fuel information. We'll have to do this. Oh, systems. There we go. Nope. There should be a systems overlay that gives me that information, but obviously not today. Oh, bit of that difference descent there again. Alright, let's, what we might do is we might go low and see what conditions are like down low as we head back south. We'll head down south on... We'll head back on the western side of the islands here. We'll head back south towards Roden again. Trying to pull the... Trying to keep us stable here. That was definitely challenging. Now it's interesting just watching the fact that we've got this... The weather's looking even worse sort of at the periphery of where our weather radar's reaching at the moment, which is rather terrifying. It's so opaque and so claustrophobic like that, and yet so mesmerizing all at the same time. Okay. So currently, I am flying the Cessna Citation CJ4. Usually, my usual aircraft of choice are usually something in the piston or turboprop. Something with a spinny thing out the front is usually what I normally fly. Gusto 2, hello. Welcome to the stream. We are flying, absolutely, we are flying real weather, real time, real weather. We are currently just off the coast of, we're off the coast of Okinawa. We've been flying, doing some typhoon hunting today. And we've found some challenges. We've definitely found a lot of the wind, so the vertical speed conditions, but haven't found the winds that we're expecting to see. So I think the weather engines maybe has a few more things to go through so far, but it's definitely pretty good out of the box, that is for sure. I do use a yoke. I use the Honeycomb Aeronautics Alpha yoke, which is what I'm currently flying today. I am... Well, hello. Are you showing your butt to everybody on stream again, Mr. Austin? Yeah, I do use a Honeycomb Alpha yoke. I also use the Thrustmaster Hotez Warthog for my throttles. Now, almost overspeeded the airframe there. You know, didn't even have 60% of N1, and we were overspeeding the airframe there almost in a climb. The Bravo throttle, absolutely, but it'll be some time before I get to see them in the land down under. But absolutely, I am excited for those, for the throttle quads when they eventually become available. So I feel this is really interesting. So I'm watching the airspeed here. So I'm getting a sense that actually I think the sim is modeling the airspeed, the wind speeds correctly, because there is no way I am running less, 50% N1, and I'm doing 290, and I was doing 290 knots indicated at 6,000 feet in a climb. I think it actually is registering, it is modeling the winds correctly, but it's not. The data's not flowing through to the avionics because the avionics can't handle the data. So I think that's what's happening actually. And that would be very interesting because it means that the data's not getting through the SimConnect wall. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think even November's going to be. I'll be honest. Getting stuff sent to and from the US at the moment is an absolute nightmare. So my fiance and my kids are in the US, and it literally is taking 4 months to get stuff. Now, normally in the good old days, it would take. To get stuff to and from the US would usually only take a few weeks, maybe about 3 weeks or so. But now at the moment, it took 4 months, the last thing I sent them, to get through at the moment. So yeah, I am very skeptical of things, of it being available by November, sadly. Pea and ham soup would, I think, be clearer than this, Master Braytac. It is very tough. I will be honest. It is very, very tough, Tilsey. It is very tough having 15,000 miles between yourself and your family. It is not easy. And with the way the world is at the moment, we have no idea when we're going to be able to see each other again, which is not a particularly fun experience, but that's okay. That's why I come and share for good vibes and positive experiences with everybody here on these episodes. So it is always great to see everybody here joining me for these flights. Now I'm going to try putting... I almost don't want to put the autopilot on, but I desperately need to attend to some... I definitely need to visit the little pilot's room. But I'm very nervous to be able to put the autopilot on in this weather at the moment. Because what this weather radar is reporting is just absolutely insane. Whoa! Okay, I'm definitely taking the risk of active pause here. Holy crap, look at that! That was absolutely insane, that was. That was so awesome. I really hope that screenshot saved. I really do. Because that was epic. Just watching that cloud move through as well. Like, that was just nuts. Oh. Oh. Yep, there's the overspeed.
Overspeed.
Okay.
Overspeed.
Holy Jesus. Yep. It's definitely modeling the winds correctly, but it's just not, the data's not flowing through the SimConnect bridge.
Overspeed. Overspeed.
Okay, speed brake's going out. Oh. I'm literally being thrown down at... That was insane. Whew. Okay. We just dropped 2,000 feet in a few seconds. That was terrifying. Whee! Oh. Okay. We got thrown through 90 degrees. So we're catching the... okay. So looking at the pattern of the winds, we're coming down... Okay, so we're currently on the western side of the system, which means that we're copying the winds as they circle back around from the north to the south, which means that we're copying up to 250 kilometers an hour behind us as a tailwind right now. Jesus. Yeah, okay, so I think that it is definitely, it's modeling the wind accurately. What it's not doing is that it's not getting through the SimConnect bridge. There we go. Oh. That was... There was a lot of pucker factor in that moment just then. There was a lot of pucker factor in that. And that was... Like, okay, I know I'm sitting, I'm sitting at my desk, in my study, in New South Wales, in Australia, but there was pucker factor going on in that. That was absolutely batshit insane. And so much fun. Alright. Alrighty. Wow. Okay. Whew. 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 Alright. Things seem to be a little calmer now. Definitely sort of... We're probably going to get another wave of that probably once we get to the southern end of the islands. Oh, wow. There's another one. Oh, wait. Hang on. Oh, look at the ocean waves down there too. Look at that. The fact that the ocean is actually is doing that as well. That is insane. This sim just never ceases to amaze me, like with how much, like the fact that okay, so that seeing those white caps like that, that shows that the wind down there is doing about is doing over 30 knots with that window there, because white caps like that only form when you're looking at 30 plus knots forming. So although data here in our FMS is only showing 3 knots, that's obviously not what's happening outside the window. Damn. I mean, look at this. That is just so crazy. So crazy. Impressive, yeah, exactly. Impressive doesn't even come close. Like, this is the thing, is that, and what I find actually, you know what, we're going to take a moment to talk about this actually, is that let's talk about a moment to talk about the those who are finding things. Don't get me wrong. Now I'm going to be very careful how I say this, because are there things wrong with this sim? Absolutely, there are things that are wrong with this sim. You know, the fact that the Baron 58 is missing the altitude select knob, like that's a problem. But the things that are wrong with this sim are so insignificant compared to how much is right with this sim out of the box. We need to have a conversation about all the people that are bad-mouthing it purely to make themselves feel better, to defend their own little empires. We need to talk about that, because we need to make sure that we, as a community, are calling those people out and saying, okay, that's like, we understand that they have attached their current sim, and that's fine. Like, I still have Prepared, I still have X-Plane 11, I still have Aerofly FS2 installed, I have DCS World installed, and I still fly in all of those to this day. Wow! I still have all of those installed, and I still fly in those at various times for various different things. You know, you don't have to just use just one sim. You don't have to. You can use multiple sims. That's why we do what we do. So we need to sort of call those people out and be like, guys, this helps everybody eventually, because it will make other developers actually stand up and go, okay, they need to do better. And also we need to also, as consumers as well, we need to start taking back control of our sim. We need to start now. Please understand that I'm a developer as well. Whoop, almost overspeeded there. I'm a developer as well. Developers absolutely need to be paid for their work, 100%. I'm not saying, do not ever mistake anything that I ever say as saying I'm endorsing piracy, because I do not. So, you know, developers must always be paid for the work that they do, absolutely, 100%. However, we must also no longer accept the status quo of the legacy sims of paying stupid amounts of money for scenery and aircraft add-ons. Like, we need to stop that. We as consumers, we as flight sim users, need to vote with our wallets and basically say, and I cover this in my I have my weekly news video coming out in a few hours time, and I talk about that in the news video as well, where we talk about there's a developer that I have utmost respect for, UK 2000. They do a lot of airports, particularly airports that nobody else covers, but they're sticking with their old legacy pricing. You can't do that with this new sim. You know, when you've got developers like FS Dream Team and FS Dream Team. Who's the guys that did Caden? They did Caden at launch day. Mental blank, completely forgotten who they are. But they've come out, you know, and even Orbix have come out. Their price point for their new products for the new sim is significantly less. The quality is just as good, if not better, and yet they've lowered their price point. So we as consumers need to make sure we're supporting those developers and not the ones that are still trying to price gouge us. We have to do that. And hopefully the other developers will see the light, because, you know, we stand at the precipice here because this sim changes the game. Like, you have this kind of quality weather, these kind of high fidelity aircraft out of the box here. Yes, okay, I know the airliners may not be 100% accurate, but they are more accurate than anything else out of the box of any other sim. So we need to make sure we're supporting developers and supporting the sim to encourage those developers to not only keep developing, as I said, we need to support them developing, but they need to make sure we keep them honest, and also that they don't, you know, break our wallets too much. Yeah, exactly, and there are ways to put, you know, more advanced flight systems in the aircraft, but yeah, a lot of systems are modeled. Like, I know, for example, like I know this aircraft here, the Citation here, for example, in the real aircraft, these are Proline 21 systems. Now, this is not a full Proline 21 system in here. I know that, but is this functional enough to get here? I have a working weather radar. Yes, I can't control the tilt, but the tilt is modeled. So, you know, there will be ways for people to enhance it, absolutely. But out of the box, this is stuff that we could only dream of, and we would probably would have paid over $100, $100 for a Citation of this quality, even with the limitations that this Citation has right now. So to have this as a default aircraft really sets the bar and sets the standard here. All right, I'm going to quickly check the ILS frequencies down here at Caden. Stacked. So we're going to come in probably on 05. We'll come on 05 left. So we'll do 109.7 will be our frequency now. Let's see if I can remember our frequency here now. Alright, let's try setting an autopilot here. We've managed to climb 4,000 feet because of those air variations at the moment. This is crazy! Trim it out. Watch the airspeed. Okay. Let's do altitude. To altitude. Okay, so I'm going to synchronize the current heading. Okay, so we're going to go okay, let's go AP on, heading hold on, vertical speed on. Okay, so now that I've got all that set, so I can focus on programming some frequencies, which, thanks to my wonderful crew here, taught me a few last week how to hopefully see if I can remember how to actually program the frequencies here. So looking at 109.7 will be the nav frequency here. So let's go back to menu. Okay. FD data. Tune, here we go. Okay, so we want 109.7. Okay, 109.70. I'll punch that into nav 1. I'll also punch that into nav 2 as a backup as well. Cool. Okay. This is Squawk ATC. Actually, I should have put the standard one into there, actually. Okay, so we're going to go, as I said, we're going to land into Dina. 108 decimal. Actually, let me put 108.7. Oh, we'll do that as a standby. So that's fine. Okay, so looking good there. That's fine. Now the question will have to be course. So we're going to need to change our track information from FMS over to VOR1. So now I've got to try and remember how to do that now. Let's have a look. Okay, so let's go with the lower menu. Okay, let's go to nav source. Okay, go. Okay, let's go. Why are you not changing? Why is that not changing? That should be, you should be able to hit enter there and have that change. Let me have a look. No. Why are you not selecting? That's really annoying. Alright, let me try it on this menu then, just in case. Let's go to this one. Let's go. No. Okay, that's my refs menus, PFD menu. There it is. Okay, PFD menu. Okay, nav source. There we go. Maybe I need to change it down. Do I need to change the nav source over here rather than there? Because that should be allowing me to change the nav source there. Ah, there we go. Okay, so I have to use that one. Okay, so VOR1. Okay, that's good. Now move that one down. Let's change that one to... It's like, how did I just do it and then now I can't do it again? That's going to be a buggy. That's going to bug me. That's right, the map source can say that way. The main point is the nav source is going to be coming from the VOR. That's the main thing I need to check for. So let's simply do that one. So let's close PFD menu now. So now I need to set my course, because my course for that runway should be 05, I think. Let's have a look. So 055 is the course for that one. So but it's not giving me any, not allowing me to give me any course information. Very odd. Oh, hello. Look at that. That's the problem when you get to head down in the weeds. You miss... Oh, look how amazing that is popping out of that cloud. That is absolutely crazy. Braytech did it seem to... So they didn't so much release a free... They released a avionics update to the A320 to enable a lot more functionality to it. Excuse you? Are you right there wandering around the cockpit? They updated the avionics on the A320neo that ships with the sim to be able to give it more capabilities. So I wonder, we'll have to see if we can maybe tune into that frequency. Alright, let's go to scroll up menu.
Approach Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra 8,000 feet. Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra approach continue as planned. Altimeter 29.14.
Okay, so let's go to we'll do Roden is where we're going to.
Tower Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra is tree 1 miles north with uniform to land. Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Tower. Make left downwind runway 5 right. Altimeter 29.
Really? You're making me shoot a visual approach in this weather instead of coming down the ILS. That's really annoying. Hang on, let's see if I can shoot. Yeah, okay, I can choose 5 left. Okay, good.
Tower Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra would prefer runway 5 left. Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Tower. Make left traffic runway 5 left. Altimeter 29.15 wind tree 41 at
Thank you.
0. Enter left traffic runway 5 left Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra.
It's still having me shoot the visual, but that's okay. We've got the ILS program. We'll see if the ILS picks up. Actually, I can see that the glide slope indicator is appeared there, which means that it does recognize that that frequency is a ILS. So hopefully we might see something. All right, let's have a look through here. So yeah, we picked up the localizer and it's automatically locked the course on for us, which is kind of cool. And so we have all the information that we need. So now we're in range of the ILS. It's picked it up, locked onto correct frequency, and it's automatically set our course to the correct course for that. That is so cool. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to set our altitude down to 3,000 feet. Okay, we're going to go vertical speed. Alright, we'll do our pre-flight checks. We've got all our lights on and landing lights coming on. Just going to admire this view as we go through these clouds. That is absolutely... But this has been a fascinating journey today. It very much has been a fascinating journey today through here. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming along for the ride today. As I said, very impromptu stream. Thank you very much for swinging by. Okay. Right. So careful we don't overspeed the aircraft as we're in our descent. Definitely going to be flying through the murk today. Oh, look at that. Now, how beautiful and yet menacing does that look? Wow. Alright, I'm gonna hand over comms back to our AI for the rest of this. Okay, do have heading hold on at the moment, which is fine. So I'm going to be able to turn towards base fairly shortly, so we can intercept the outer marker of the ILS. So a little bit too close. Come on, that one, so I need to go push a little bit further out of. I cut that turn a little too tight, so let me just extend that back out again. Alright. Coming through, should get the ILS, heading towards the outer marker. Alright, we'll do manual hands-on. For our ILS today.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra cleared to land runway 5 left. Wind tree niner at 70. Cleared to land runway 5 left, Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
Alright, shot past the ILS glide slope. We'll have to cross back over it again. This is going to be very interesting. See rabbits. Power idle. Very much. That was a terrible approach this is. Absolutely terrible.
500.
Stabilizing at the last minute. There we go. Bit of get-home-itis, I think, on this one tonight, I think.
Stall. Stall. Stall.
Spoilers out.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra turn next taxiway.
Well, it's a landing that was... We didn't break anything. And we can walk away from. And we can reuse the aeroplane again. So a very successful landing.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra contact ground on 118.5.
Okay. I'm just curious to have a look with I'm really impressed by that whole weather today. That's been I'm
X-ray Golf Sierra, did you copy?
I wasn't sure about how it was going to look in the sim here. I did have concerns because that was always the weather modeling looked really good, but at the same time I was a little concerned about how it was going to look, and it is definitely I have definitely been very impressed by this one today. I've genuinely been very, very impressed.
Parking by taxiway Alpha Bravo cross runway 5 left Charlie cross runway 5 right Charlie Foxtrot.
Right at the touchdown. I think it was pretty good, that one. Bruiser01, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the crew. Great to have you on board.
Cross runway 5 left Charlie cross runway 5 right Charlie Foxtrot Cessna X-ray Golf
Jesus,
Sierra.
where are you taking me? You're going to take me that way, aren't you? Alright. Let me turn my taxi ribbon on to start with. Is my taxi ribbon on? Yeah, my taxi ribbon's on. Interesting. The taxi ribbon's not appearing. That's very weird. Let me turn it off and back on again. Like a lot of computers, let's try turning it off and back on again. Off, apply, and then on. There we go. Let's try that. Alright. Airport tour. I think it will be an airport tour, won't it? Alright. Are we clear of that Cessna yet? Hope so. Good luck, sir, as you head off into the Typhoon. Good luck. It is. It definitely will have moments where you will be questioning your life choices. All right, let's taxi over here. We have somebody getting ready. Meantime, clean up the aircraft as we're taxiing along. That has definitely been quite the experience today. All right. I couldn't imagine doing this in the longitude though. I think that would be, or even the 787, like if we saw somebody do it in, that would be quite terrifying. I think, especially with some of those winds that we encountered on the as we were heading south there. All right, let's we'll park up by the buildings over there for the day, I think. A chance to shut down. Okay, I think we'll call it a day there. I think. All right, parking brake is set. Running. Okay. All right, and then we will go to open guards and engine stop. Close guards. Done. One down. Alright, de-icing systems disengaged. Off. Nav lights, strobe lights are off. Landing lights off. Beacon light lever on. Power down, avionics off. Alternator off. Battery masters are all off. There we go! And we are shut down. And it hasn't done that for me for a while, actually, that actual throwback to the menu at the end there. Alright, there we go. Thank you very much for a random view there. Rockview, hello! You did arrive at a... Sorry! Thank you very much for joining me on this rather impromptu flight this evening. That was a lot of fun. It was very interesting what we ended up learning about the engine there, with the fact that it is modelling the system, the Typhoon very, very well. It's modelling the wind, it's modelling the wind shear really, really well. The fact that we were dropping I think 7,000 feet per minute at one point was an incredible experience there. Definitely a lot of pucker factor there. But what was interesting though is that that data wasn't flowing through to the onboard nav systems or through SimConnect through to my external map system. So that's interesting. So obviously there's some work to do there, but the overall experience of flying into a Typhoon, that was there, and it was terrifying, and it was awesome. Again, one of the great things that you do as being a part of flight simulation, so that is awesome. No, definitely watch the VOD. I think it was pretty awesome. There was a lot of pucker factor there going in there. That's awesome. So thank you very much for everybody who's tuned in. It's been a lot of fun. I hope you guys have enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed doing this one today. As I said, it was something a bit unusual. We didn't do it with the hurricane in the US, but I did want to give it an opportunity. This did give us an opportunity to do it here because we didn't. Because it's not so much. It's not going to. It's this one's managing to dodge landfall, as it were. So I feel a little bit better about doing that one today. But yes, there you go. So as I said, I'm going to round this stream out by saying thank you very much to everyone for joining me. As I said, impromptu stream. Don't expect us every Sunday, a regular Sunday stream. But great to have you here. And I do want to say once again, Happy Father's Day to all the Commonwealth, Australia, New Zealand, and Commonwealth dads out there. Happy Father's Day to you all. Whether your kids are two-legged, three-legged, four-legged, or more, thank you very much, and congratulations to all your dads out there. Mischief, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the crew. Great to have you on board. Enjoy your stay. There were definitely some wow look at that moment. There were lots of wow look at that moments. I'm looking forward to posting the screenshots of that very, very soon. I'm going to get edit the screenshots from last night too as well. All right, guys. What we're going to do is we are going to round out the screenshot. Thank you very much, Mr. Schiff. Ms. Schiff, thank you very much for the follow. Great to have you on board. Guys, we're going to go say hello to a very newcomer. Actually, no, we're going to go say hello to a very good Canadian friend of mine. So we're going to have a bit of a change of pace from flight simming. We're going to go chat to, and we're going to go experience of life on the farm with a dear friend of the channel, the Northern Alex. We're going to go have a chat to him. No, you can't type where we're going. Come here. Oh, come over here. There you go. Take your position as first officer there. There we go. You get head scratches. So we're going to go have some fun with life on the farm. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining me. Take care. Safe skies to all. Enjoy flying rain and storms if you so desire. I think it's pretty great to do. And guys, we will see you on the next stream. Take care. Bye for now.